Hey everyone, this is Joseph Jackson, and I'm saying welcome to Basic Math, where we believe that math is as easy as its basics. Today we want to look at integers, and that is addition with integers. Some terms that we may come across as we go through the video are value, which just speaks of the distance of a number from zero. Additive inverse speaks of two numbers that when you add them together, you get zero. Also, we're going to come across zero pairs, and that's just a representation of additive inverses. Negate, I might say that word, and it means to nullify or to cancel the effect of something. Now, one misconception that we might need to get rid of as we go along is that negative and negative equal positive. We have to kill that, get rid of it, drop it out of the brains. All right, and so we can get a proper understanding. Persons who hold to that often makes a lot of mistakes when it comes on to doing operations with integers. Now, just a look at the number line. Right, so this is a number line. It can help you to understand what I mean by value. If you notice that in the center we have 0, to the left we have our negative numbers, the left of 0, and to the right of 0 we have our positive numbers. Now let us look at a few examples of the value of a number. Let's take 3 for instance. 3 is 1, 2, 3 places to the right of 0, so the value of 3 is 3. Now we're going to look at another number that has a value of 3. Let's go to the left. 1, 2, 3. That's negative 3. The distance of negative 3 from 0 is the same as that from 3. So the value of both of these is 3. Only thing is that negative 3 is the opposite of positive 3. And if you should add these together, you will get a 0. This makes them additive inverses. All right, another example that we can look at quickly is 5. 5 is 5 places to the right of 0. So let's just add those two places. And then negative 5 is 5 places to the left of 0. All right, so if you should add negative 5 and positive 5, you will also get a 0. All right, so we're going to check out adding when both signs are positive. All right, so here we have positive 5 plus positive 2, and straight away we can say that the sum of positive 5 and positive 2 is 7. Here's a pictorial representation using counters, using blue counters to represent positive. So we have 5 blue counters there, and we're adding 2 more. If you should count those, you will get 7 counters in all. All right, we're going to move to adding when both signs are negative. All right, so we're starting with negative 5. So we use red counters to depict the negative. All right, so here we're starting with 5 negative counters, and we're adding 2 more negatives to it. So if you should count them, we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 negative counters. So that's why we have the answer there being negative 7. Let's keep going. We want to check out what it looks like when we're adding numbers of different signs. All right, but before that, take note of this. When adding integers having the same sign, you take the sum of the numbers and keep the sign, or you take the sum of the values and you keep the sign. So if both numbers are positive, the sum will be positive. If both numbers are negative, the sum will be negative. All right, so let's jump forward to adding when the signs are different. This time we're going to start with a positive. So here we have positive 5 plus negative 2. Here the answer is a positive 3. Now to some persons that might be a bit of a headache, but let's just use the counters to show what happened. We'll start with 5 blue counters, which represent positive 5, and then we're going to add 2 negative counters. These are going to be red, and see what happens when we have pairs of counters where one is positive and one is negative. They are going to create 0 pairs and they are going to disappear. So this 2, it disappears, then the next 2 disappears, and if you notice, we're left with 3 positive counters. All right, so that's one way to look at these. Now we're gonna continue looking. So this time we have a -5 plus a +2. This answer is saying a -3. All right, so we're gonna start with the -5, looking at 5 red counters. Then we're gonna add 2 blue counters to that and see what the results are. All right, then if you notice that we have pairs that will create additive inverses. So these additive inverses will create 0 pairs. All right, so here we go. So when the 0 pairs cancel, we are left with -3. So the takeaway from this is that whenever you're adding and the signs of the numbers are different, you subtract the values, or you take the difference of the values, that is, take away the smaller one from the larger one, and you keep the sign of the bigger value. In the previous case, 5 was the bigger value, and in the first instance it had a positive, so the answer was +3. In the second instance, -5 was there, so the value of -5 is still 5, but it was negative, so after you do the subtraction, the result was -3. I hope that you understood what we discussed, and in order to continue getting content, like, share, and subscribe to Basic Math. Peace.